Excited and delighted now to be joined on the pod by Hall of Fame Love Islander Callum Hole, everybody! Yes, sir! Welcome. First question, do you wax your legs or are you naturally a hairless dolphin?
I shave them on a weekly basis.
Oh, you shave them?
Every couple of days, yeah.
Would it not make more sense to wax them? Does it not last longer?
Pain, I haven't got a pain threshold for waxing, I just can't do it.
Does it not get irritating after a day or two?
No,
because I
got
back?
tan on it straight after. That's like a moisturising tinted lotion, does the job. So one, don't get the itchy stuff, then also you get brown legs too.
Have you got tan on now?
Not much. Yeah.
But you wouldn't know at all,
Yeah, natural, El Natural.
You just give the girls a lesson or two. Did you
Some of the girls in that villa need a lesson from me on tan, that's for sure.
Did you see Mick getting the ick over Tamara's tan hands?
Yes, yeah.
Was that a legit ick?
That was an ick, yeah, and I can 100% agree with what he's saying, for sure. I would get the ick too. But even worse than the hands, it's less noticeable, but it's way worse in my opinion, is the tiger bread elbows. Yeah,
fair enough. Why is that worse though? You see them less.
You see them less, but when you do see them, you can't not see them. Do you know what I mean? But with the hands, they're in pocket, whatever, with the elbow, you pick something up, it's just in your face and it's up in your grill. It's fucking awful.
Yeah, potato, I would say. But yeah, fair enough. Now, I don't know if you saw Ross doing his Mr. Dr. Phil on it, but his take on that thing was he was like, it's not a real ick. It's Mick trying to defend himself because he knows that maybe Tamara is going that way and he's just got a fragile ego. Yeah,
100%. I do see that as well. I feel like he gets very, a bit insecure when another guy is taking his bird for a chat. He doesn't like it, he can't handle it, and I feel like he's just protected himself in the long run, because then he can just be like, I didn't want to because the hands are fucked.
I thought you were a little bit like that on your time on the villa.
Yeah.
Not, you kind of floated around a lot, and maybe people got the impression, he doesn't really want to form a genuine connection. True or false?
I was open to relationship, but I was just I would rather have my time here, sharing my eggs across all these birds than just one bird. Because if shit hits the fan, this one bird, then that's my whole experience with that one bird. You know what I mean?
Yeah,
does that make sense?
Yeah, but that means you did kind of deny yourself, the potential of forming a real thing with a girl.
Yeah, for sure, yeah. And I'm I don't know, when I get too comfortable with a bird, even if it's a couple of days, I'm like, what's next? And I get bored. And when a new bombshell comes in, my head always turns like a fucking Phillips screwdriver. So I'm like, it's inevitable that if I get too comfortable with this bird, in a couple of days, there's gonna be a new bird coming in, which I'm gonna probably want anyway. So it's like, what's the point in putting too much effort in? Making breakfast and stuff? Fuck no.
Did you never make breakfast for anyone?
Well, I got the boys to do it most of the time, but I pretended I was doing it, but I was too busy tanning or training and that, innit?
Yeah, okay, how do you spend your downtime in the villa then? If you weren't busy making breakfast, just tanning, training, chatting, and then what else happens?
Fucking around. Honestly, just fucking around. I don't know what I was doing, but the days would just fly by. But I mean, we have a couple of chats with the birds, and I wasn't investing all my time in one bird. I was just chatting to loads of different birds all the time, so I feel like that's what passes the time by.
When Kye came in and he was accosted by all the girls, they sat him down round the fire pit. He got interrogated pretty hard.
Yeah.
Did you feel from there?
Yeah, I did feel from there. Yeah, you walk into this experience and then you got dumped with that straight away. It's a bit overwhelming. But
one thing that stood out to me about that chat, right, was I can't remember, it was a Sharon. One of the girls was like, "So what are you here for?" And he's like, I'm here for love, and they all kind of laughed at him, right? But it was kind of an awkward situation. But honest truth now, would you have said you were going in for love at the start, or were you like, I just want to have a good time?
Yeah, I mean, I think I said I'm just here for a good time, and then I think I was Claude, was telling all the girls then, stay away from Callum, he's not here for love and all that sort of stuff. But it actually covered my ass in the long run, because then whenever I would just bin off a bird, everyone would be like, well, he did kind of say that at the start, you know what I mean? So I don't know, everyone just plays their game different, and people in there for different reasons as well, you know what I mean?
Who were you coupled up with when you got the chop?
Maddie.
Do you still talk to Maddie? Would you talk to any of the girls that you were in any kind of connection with?
No, I don't talk to any of the girls.
None?
Nah. A little bit of Phoebe sometimes. I see Phoebe out and about sometimes, but no, I don't really talk to any of the girls.
Why is that?
I don't know, probably because they know what I'm like.
Okay.
No, if I'm at events and stuff, I see them all and stuff, and it's always a good time. I caught up with Stella at an event not too long ago, and it was a good time. But I don't really spend my time make an effort to go and see these girls, because most of them live in Sydney anyway.
Yeah, fair enough. What do you think of the Yana Kye situation?
It's messy, and my heart goes for Yana. Like, that would be such a difficult thing for her to go through. So like, I actually do hope that she finds like somebody, because I feel like she's have to see her ex raise up all these birds, and that's like an uncomfortable thing for her, but he hasn't had a taste of it yet. So I'm hoping that like a guy comes in now that she likes, and then he gets a bit of a taste of it.
Do you think he'll care if that happens?
Yeah, for sure.
Really?
Yeah, I think he would, for sure. Yeah.
Yeah, okay.
But he will probably like play it off like he's not bothered. But of course you're going to be bothered. You will be bothered, for sure.
But like, even if he knows that subconsciously in the back of his mind, that's not stopping him. Like, he knows Yana's upset, right?
Yeah.
But it's not stopping him jumping into the shower with Lacey, is it?
No way. And I mean, it's a hard one, because like, you want to be like respectful to Yana and stuff, which I understand. But at the same time, it is his experience. And if they're not going to get back together, then he's still got to make the most of his experience and do what's best for him, right? He can't just like be in a bit of a shell to protect his ex when it's like once in a lifetime opportunity. He's got to just go bananas with it, and that's what he's doing. So good on him.
If you were in this season, let's imagine you were attracted to Yana. I'm not sure if you are or not, whatever. But if you were in, would the fact that Kye was in there turn you off pursuing Yana?
Yeah, it actually would.
Really?
It actually would. Yeah, it would. I mean, it's all case by case, and I don't know how the dynamic would be in there. But like, yeah, I just feel like it's a bit techie in there. You don't want to, have your ex, the girl that you're trying to get with's ex around. It's a bit icky. I don't know.
Would that be more because you would suspect that Yana maybe still had feelings for him, or just because you wouldn't want him to see it?
Yeah, I mean, both. Like, you don't know if it's fully done, and I don't believe it's fully done. So I would be staying well away from her in there, because they're like, it's so easy for them to gel back together, because obviously they got the history. So it's just a bit risky, innit, really? Like, she's already saved him once over another guy, and she doesn't even want to be in like with him in there. So it's a bit risky, yeah.
Yeah, okay. If you were in there now, I know we had a little bit of fun with Lacey now, but if you were in there now, who would your number one target be?
Lacey, yeah.
Yeah, really?
Yeah. I'd just give her a bit of, like a taste of her own medicine, because I feel like she's been playing now with all the boys, and I feel like she would never play me, and it would just cause chaos in there. And like, I love chaos.
Yeah, okay.
Yeah,
have you
I'm
ever
a bit
been
toxic like that?
Have you ever been a simp for a girl?
No, I've never really been a sim.
Really?
Like, yeah, maybe like occasionally. Like, I've cooked the bird oats a few times.
Wow.
Yeah,
really?
But, like, I'm not really the simpy guy. Yeah, nah, not me.
Like in the microwave, or like with an actual saucepan stirring it?
In the micro, yeah.
Wow,
I didn't know you could cook them in the saucepan until recently.
Okay.
But they're way better in the saucepan. But fuck that, take too long. Microwave. If it's for me, saucepan. For the bird, microwave.
Fair enough. Hey, we touched on it as well. You have been working a little bit on the American Love Island.
Yeah.
What's the differences between the show, do you think?
Just like the mass production that goes behind the US. It's like, it's hard to put into perspective how big it is, like the actual villa itself and the production all around it. And it's just because the audience over there is so vast, so they've got so much money to put into the show, and it's just making the show better and better. Does that make sense? Like, it's making the
that's the question. I was like, does it make it better? Like, it makes all the spectacle bigger.
I don't think it makes it better. I think the most important part of the show is the cast, like who are casted for the show. That will make or break like a show. But they do have assistance in the fact that they've got loads of people in reserve. They can do bigger challenges and stuff like that, which does add to a bit of drama. But it's no different to watch than any other show, but just to be there and actually see it for what it is, like, it's massive.
Yeah, okay.
It's huge.
I've two. One, I was going to ask, would you go on Love Island again if you're asked? If they said, "Hey, US is calling," what do you say?
Oh, I was in talks to go in the US, but it didn't work out at the end. Like, I don't know. I feel like I'm at the age now where, like, I feel like I can't go back to that, because I just feel I've done it for so long. Like, if it was in recent years and I've just done them back to back, then I probably would. But I've had such a break from it now, I feel like I wouldn't go back. But then watching this season, I'm just like, fuck, just put me in there. Just give me 24 hours in there, just go mental, and then just leave. That's what I would love to do.
What age are you now?
27.
Oh, Ross is 28.
That's what I was thinking. When I heard the names, I was like, oh, actually, there's a few older. And in the American ones, there's people in there like 31.
Is it old?
Yeah, there's some girls going that one like 31. So I think it's like, yeah, I mean, age is obviously just a number, and I'm very mature for my age anyway, so I would fit right in. But I don't know, who knows?
Say that sentence again, that last sentence.
I'm very mature for my age. No, very immature for my age. That one, yeah.
There we go.
Yeah.
When you look at Love Island Australia versus Love Island America, like the experience of being an islander on both, you've insight. Is it much different? Like,
Yeah, I do feel like there's a big difference. There is definitely a big difference, just in the way the Americans move, and the Americans do get a lot of like outsiders as well from all different countries, which is good. I just feel like they're not scared to step on toes, and they really do just say it as it is. And I feel like with the Australian casts, I feel like they're a little bit more reserved. Like there's less drama, because I feel like that's just Aussie culture. You're just like, oh, whatever, she'll be right. Like just more calm. Whereas the Americans are more like they've got more bite. They're more bark to their bite. Is that the saying? They're just like they're not afraid to step on toes. So it causes a lot more drama.
Yeah,
you know, without the need of challenges and stuff like that. Like if somebody's got something to say, they won't bite their tongue. But I feel like Australians typically are a bit more reserved in that sense. So that's probably the biggest difference that I would say. Yeah.
In terms of, because we had the producers on the show last week, and they were talking about, you know, they were like, we'll never tell you who to couple up with or what to say, or you know, that kind of thing. Did you get the sense of the producers on the US, like how they move, what they try do, what they don't do?
They actually, yeah, that's another big difference. Like I feel like, you know, the production's very similar because it's like obviously the same. But in the Australian one, I find that some people do get, you know, encouraged to talk to people, and it's just because maybe they haven't had enough screen time, or they haven't done enough, or they've spoken about talking to a girl but they actually haven't done it yet. So the producer will just encourage you to maybe like, oh, if you think that, you should maybe pull her for a chat, just to encourage conversations. In the US one, because going back to my previous point, it's so, everyone's got so much to say and there's so much drama, we actually have the opposite, where the producers actually say, don't speak to her, because we've got that camera there on these arguing, we've got that camera over there on them arguing, we just can't have any more cameras to
really
get on your
as in
argument.
like, guys, there's actually too much action, so if you could just chill out for a few minutes.
That's what I'm getting at. Yeah.
Wow.
Yeah, there's too much action, and that's going with all the cameras and the setup they have over there. There's usually so much going on that they're like, just don't speak to her yet, just wait just until they finish their conversation, and then maybe go and have a chat with her, because there's that much chaos going on. Yeah.
Wow, that's wild.
So it's almost like the opposite in that sense, you know.
And some of the US Islanders, like they are, you know, people here, like Lacey, she's getting stopped out and about, and you know, photographs here, and hey, nice to see you, and all that kind of stuff. But over there, like some of the Islanders this year, they are like A-list celebrities.
Yeah,
like
the show
Nick and
is...
Alandria, like we're at, you know, this fashion show with Kim Kardashian, and you know, it's huge.
And the season before as well, which I also worked on, they're the same. They've got their own like spin-off as well, like Beyond the Villa, which the other season had as well. So I just feel like it's just like a cult following over there in the US now, and it's only getting bigger and bigger, and it's actually scary how big it is. It's mental.
Although when you came out from your season, did you notice like the change in your life immediately?
Yeah. But my season on the US was before, like the season after mine. That's when it really just took off, and I was just on that like upward trajectory. But I definitely noticed a big difference. Yeah. But it's just a bit of like, for like a career perspective, a lot of people obviously just go into like a bit of social media work and stuff. The hard part about, you know, living in Australia and then going on an American show is that like the American brand deals that come your way, you don't actually get in Australia. So it's kind of like, it doesn't really make as much sense. Whereas if you're just in Australia and like all the work's coming to you from Australia, you can actually make more money.
Yeah, okay.
Does that make sense?
Yeah, of course.
Like, you know, you get like brand deals and stuff over there that come to you, but they don't stock it here. So then like it makes no sense for you to be advertising it here in Australia. Does that make sense?
Yeah.
Yeah. So it's like pros and cons. Yeah.
Okay, this is a cheeky question, but to the nearest 50 grand, how much money you'd say you've made off Love Island?
Off Love Island?
Like promo work, opportunities that have come from it.
Like Love Island Australia?
Love Island, the whole Love Island ecosystem.
Fucking $500,000 more? No, more, yeah, more.
Really?
More, yeah. I've done a lot of work on the show. If you're counting like work that I've done on the TV shows, like obviously in America and whatnot, and then also like all the events and the promos and stuff that I do afterwards, yeah, well over $1 million. Well over $500,000, sorry.
I thought you were going to swerve that question. I'm actually, like, jokes aside, it's a huge number.
Yeah.
But I'm delighted you answered.
But a lot of it does come from as well, like when I first came off Love Island, my first one, like because I was like seemed as that like single party boy like sort of thing, I got a lot of work straight off the back doing club appearances, and you know, like I was doing club appearances for like 10-15 grand for like 2-hour appearance. You know, you do 3 of them a week, the shit adds up quick. You know, but I feel like now, when the couples come out and they're actually in couples, they get less opportunities like that. Does that make sense? So I feel like people like Lacey will... You don't have to win... What I'm trying to say is you don't have to win Love Island to do well off it. Does that make sense?
Yeah, of course. Yeah, no, I
And I feel
understand
like if you're single when you come off the show, you just automatically get more work. That's just how it is.
Have you been good with your money?
Yeah, I go through phases, I go through phases. Obviously I do have like a bit more of an expensive lifestyle than I used to have. But I try to be, I try to save money and not waste it on shit. But if I do waste it, it's a big chunky one hit usually, yeah.
Have you invested any for a rainy day, like?
Yeah, I do invest in stuff like that, but all that shit just bores me. So I just give that to the parents to sort out for me. I'm more concerned about like holidays and cars.
So mom and dad invest your money for you?
Yeah.
That's
they help
fantastic.
Me out. Yeah, or like they just direct me and stuff like that because they know I'll just like squander it all. But I could literally go a month and not spend next to nothing, Then I could go on a night out and spend 15-20k, and it's like, fuck me. Well, that's this month out the window.
What's your biggest, most extravagant purchase you've bought so far?
I just cars. I'm at the age now where the cars are almost like my new women, where I just chop and change them so frequently, and you just lose so much money on them. Like you buy a car for 150 grand, you walk out the dealership, and then 3 months later it's worth like 90 grand, because all the taxes and shit. So that's where a lot of my wasted money goes, I feel like, to the government.
Okay, so 150 grand in a car. What's the most you've ever spent on a woman?
Like, I don't know, 30 grand, 25, 30
on what?
grand. Well, my ex, just like I met her at the New Year's, birthday, Valentine's, like Prada bags, Cartier diamond rings, and all that shit. Like it adds up.
When you next become, and maybe you won't, maybe someone will snap you up, but if you do become single, give me a call.
No, because I've learned my lessons now. Like I've learned my lessons that I'm not putting too much money into girls until like I'm. Yeah, until I'm like 100%, like I just feel like otherwise it's. And another thing is like if the first, say now you've seen a girl and you buy the first gift is like, let's say a Prada bag and it's like, I don't know, 10 grand. Then that's the bar, right? So then like every next present's got to be like somewhat similar or like even more. So I would always just start with like an apple or something. And every time you get to 30, she can have maybe a pack of Haribos.
I've had some great loves in my life, and I don't think I've ever bought anyone a 10 grand bag, like even after many, many years. So I think, yeah, the apple is a good way to start. Let's do a quick round the houses then of the Islanders and the couples. Now, one thing I've seen said a bit, Isabel and Connor, is that they're kind of playing it a bit safe. They came in, they liked each other, and they've kind of just shifted off to the side and are doing their thing quietly.
Yeah.
What do you think?
Boring. I just feel like, I don't know, you've got to make the most of your experience and talk to other people and like let it be known that you are like open to talking to people, because they're so together. I feel like new bombshells and bombs don't actually feel like they can talk to them, or like even if they do, like it's like frowned upon. And I feel like you should have your relationship tested. If your relationship's tested, then you go back together. I'm like, yeah, good on you. But if it's not tested, how do you know it's like strong, and how you really like each other?
But I guess if they were sitting here, I'm sure they would say, hey, we just like each other. We know we like each other.
Yeah.
And that like makes us uninterested in chatting to everybody.
Yeah, and I get that. And I feel like that's a valid point. Like if you really do like somebody, like you are like disinterested, but just give it a go. Just like don't be so quick to shut other girls down, like when Connor had the double dates when the girls were away, like he was just talking so much about like how happy he is in his couple and stuff. Like you don't need to say that, just get to know the girls, have a bit of banter with them, and then they'll soon work out whether or not he's interested or not, you know what I mean?
Yeah, fair. Gabby and Jotham.
Gabby's a handful, don't laugh, but you laughed. I don't think Jotham actually did anything wrong. I mean, he could have maybe brought it up to her that she was a bit immature and she wasn't the type of girl they would normally date on the outside.
Well, he could have brought it up to Gabby.
Yeah, he could have brought it up to her, I guess, if it was a big concern. But it's probably not a big concern for him, so he was just like, oh, it'll be all right. Like,
is that the kind of thing you can say, though, to someone, hey, I just think you're immature. I'm willing to give it a go, but I just think I don't think...
Yeah, you wouldn't say that,
no,
right? You wouldn't say that. You wouldn't say that. And either way, she's going to be insulted anyway, so why not just not say it at all and then just say to a random bird later on, But yeah, I feel like she's like overreacting a little bit there, And another thing is that, the new guy that's coming in now, Alex, I think his name is, right? She's like, straight into that now, only because he's like started tucking into like, I guess, these new birds, but everyone should just be tucking into everyone anyway. Does that make sense? Like, I feel like she was holding back because she's like, oh, everything's good with Jotham, but now, like, Jotham's, like, obviously showed a bit of interest in these girls. She's like, oh, I'm going to show a bit of interest in a guy. Well, no, you should just be showing interest in all of the guys anyway if that's what you wanted to do. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah.
make it messy.
Yeah, I kind of understand the make it messy versus people are just like, I want to, like, not play it safe, but if they have like, I want to protect this little thing and nurture it. And I think there's very few people who move mad like you've moved and maybe like Lacey moves who get to the end. I do wonder like how much they think, I like this person versus I've also got my cynical brain on of I'd love to win the show and some money.
Yeah, and I feel like there's a lot of that going on as well. Like people sort of like thinking a bit more like strategically, but that's not the way to be. Like, and I feel like the whole chat about like, oh, am I open or I'm somewhat open, I'm closed. You're on Love Island, you're all fucking open, all right? You're all open, you're on Love Island, so like just have fun with it, and obviously just be respectful if you are sort of kneeling towards like somebody, you know? And then maybe at the like closer to the end of the show, and you can really see yourself like working out in the outside of the villa, then why not close off, you know what I mean? Because you're basically starting to date then anyway. But in these early days, no one should be having the conversation, oh, am I open, am I not? You're all fucking open.
Yeah, fair enough. Ross and Sharon, there's this kind of dynamic where like Sharon's like, I want a more assertive man, a stronger man, and Ross is a little bit gentle, he's a little bit soft.
Yeah.
What do you think about that dynamic? Do you think that's destined to fail, or they can go the course?
I think like they could go the course if he like steps up to the plate. But then on the other side, it's like if a girl is telling you gotta like, you know, step it up and whatnot, then that might get in his head. You know, he might feel like he's like trying to do that just to please her and not doing it because he wants to do it. Because I feel like that stuff happens naturally. Do you know what I mean? For a guy, like you automatically want to be affectionate. You don't have to think about it. So I feel like now she's brought it up to him. I feel like now he might, or he could get in his head a bit and just be doing it because she sort of asked him to do it.
Can you remember? Did you ever have a girl kind of ask that of you, like change the way you are a little bit?
Yeah, like tweak a little bit. Yeah, like show me a bit more affection and stuff like that. That's I've had birds say that in the past, and I feel like it's valid. But in those circumstances, when you've only just met somebody, like you can't force that shit. Like it's got to come naturally, you know. So who knows? But I feel like I almost view them as like the mum and dad sort of heads of the villa. Like I feel like they're reasonable. Like they're not reasonable. They're they're the smart ones. Not the smart ones, that's wrong. They're like
reasonably smart.
They're like they're like the mum and dad of the villa, right? That's how I picture them. So I feel like it could blossom into something. Who knows? Yeah, who knows?
Callum, 2 more questions to wrap it up. One, who do you think is let's leave Lacey aside because you said you'd give her some attention if you were in. Who of the remaining girls is the hottest islander?
Out of the remaining, I would probably say Yana.
Really?
Yeah, I'll probably say Yana. That's my vote. But Isabel is also like attractive. They're all attractive, but Isabel just seems a bit like boring for me. Like I need somebody that's a bit more like chaotic. So I mean, yeah, they're all beautiful. They all look good, but I would say Yana. Yeah.
Okay. And if you had to call it, which guy or girl? Maybe they're not even in a couple together at the moment, but who do you think looks good for a win?
Who do I think looks good for a win? That's such a big call this early on, you know. I don't know. I would like to see Matteo like find somebody because I feel like he's like really like genuine and he is in there for like the right reasons. He genuinely wants to find somebody and I feel like he's just been cut a bit short since coming in. So I hope that somebody comes in for him.
Okay. Also, because you're here and I feel like you'll give this a good go because you're a Welsh brother and you're not so far away from my own hometown. I dump everybody from the island. Well, Sophie does, but I do get their final word in as they leave the villa. Will you dump me from the podcast? Owen has been dumped from the pod.
What is it? It's like, and tonight.
Oh, he gives it tonight. Yeah.
And tonight, Owen is dumped from the podcast.
Callum Hole, thank you very much.